You've heard me share the story before of the leader who told me they had created a great place to work
Yeah.
and that people loved it. They came in on their day off and it was just fantastic. And I said, congratulations. And they said, yeah, but you don't understand. Our performance is awful.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you lost the storyline. Fun is critical, but it's not the goal.
It's Friday here on the Lead Everyday Show, and we are having some fun. I'm Randy Gravitt.
And I'm Mark Miller.
And Mark, we've been answering questions all week from our listeners, and today's question, how can I make leading fun? It's a fun question because I think we've got some answers for them. But before we do, I want to say this. We'll have a little bit of fun here. Winning Begins at Home. We got the book out now, and we've got the giveaway. This will be fun this weekend, the Father's Day giveaway. Still a chance to enter, and this is cool. We're doing $400 gift certificate to the ballpark of your choice, Major League Stadium, all over the country. We got thousands of people that have entered this thing, and we're going to pick a winner, and somebody's going to be going to a ball game with their family and having some fun at some point here over the next few weeks. So it's fun day here on
That
the
sounds
thing.
good.
It's gonna be really good. But I think when I think about leading being fun, actually I think about something you've told me for years is that leading is actually hard. I don't know that the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about leadership is, oh, this is fun. You know, we play with our grandkids if we want to have fun. You're doing a lot of that these days. I am as well. There are some things about leadership though that are fun if we
Yes.
think about it correctly. And
Yes.
let's see if we can help our listeners frame that up a little bit today. So, you ready to have some fun?
Yeah. So I think when I ponder this question, my mind goes to fulfilling. How do you make it fulfilling? Now, I think there are still elements that are fun. I think it's fun and fulfilling when you can help release the untapped potential in another human being.
Mhm.
I just think there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
When you can help an organization exceed their expectations in the realm of performance, I think that's maybe both fun and fulfilling.
Yeah.
But I just think we've got to be really careful that we don't think every day as a leader is a fun day,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of hard days. I had a CEO tell me not too long ago that the things that we advocate sound hard. And I challenged her. I said, you chose a hard profession. There are many, many ways that are much easier to make a living than being a leader. So just know it's going to be hard, but it has the potential to be so fulfilling.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were both around. We know a leader who running a multi-million-dollar business, and yet this woman has said one of the things I want to do is I want to make this a fun place to work. And I thought that was an interesting phrase that she used. But if you look at her context, she's working in a area where it's very challenging.
Mhm.
And a lot of our employees are coming from hard situations. And she said, I really want this to be a fun part of their life. I want this to be a fun place to work. And you've talked about this for years. You want to work with people that you enjoy being around.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes I've heard people say, do you get to work with your friends? And you've always said, why would you not want to work with your friends? I mean, there's things that you can do to think about this. Well, this leader, was her vision of having a fun place to work. She's being interviewed, and the guy asked her, like, how do you measure that? Like, how do you measure fun? And I thought this was fantastic. She said, I listen for laughter. She said, if I don't hear anybody laughing ever at work, they're probably not having a lot of fun. Now, I don't think, I'll just speak for me, and I'll actually speak for both. I don't think you and I are listening for laughter all the time in the workplace, but I think we both would say there's some things you can do. It's great to have a ping pong table or a pool table where those are, but I'm not sure that's going to solve the way we would think about this question.
Right.
I'll go back to some of the work you did on engagement years ago, and we wrote a bunch of resources around that with you. And what we discovered was there are some things that you can do to make work more engaging or more fulfilling, back to your word.
Mhm.
And I would say those, to me, when I think about fun, one of the things was connection. Can you connect people to the customer? Can you connect them to the vision? Can you connect them to each other as employees and teammates? If you can do that, I feel like it's a lot more fun place to work if I feel connected to the people. Right. And then the other couple of things we talked about affirmation. You know, if people feel affirmed, they're going to be more engaged. I don't know they're going
Sure.
to feel like it's more fun, but I think they are. I mean, I don't want to just go to work and
Yeah.
people are extracting value from
Sure.
me and don't really care. And then the third one was kind of surprisingly on the front end, but really not when you think about it. It was responsibility. If people feel responsibility, they feel like they own something. They feel like their work matters. They're connected to the vision. Their role, is connected to the story, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That actually, to me, that feels more fun. If I feel like you talk about sometimes them being in the right role. I mean, there's lots of ways to think about this, but I don't want us to miss the fact that we're not, a ping pong table is not going to fix your what you're feeling in your workplace as a leadership void when it comes to fun. I mean, there's some
Right.
other ways to think about it.
So I would say fun and engagement is critical, but it's not the goal. It's in service of performance. You've heard me share the story before of the leader who told me they had created a great place to work
Yeah.
and that people loved it, and they came in early and they stayed late and they came in on their day off, and it was just fantastic. And I said, congratulations. And they said, yeah, but you don't understand. There's a problem. And I said, what's the problem? And this leader said, our performance is awful.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you lost the storyline.
Yeah.
You thought fun/engaging workforce was the goal.
Yeah.
It's in service of performance.
Yeah.
And you got to go back and help people reconnect that passion you've created, congratulations, to the goal of performance.
I love your word there. Don't lose sight of the storyline. So I'm not sure the goal is to have fun. The goal is to do whatever. What's the vision? I mean, you're
and
trying,
it can be fulfilling, and it can be
ought to be.
life-giving,
It ought to be.
and
I
it
would
can be
say-
soul enriching,
Exactly.
and it should be. And I think the question was about the leader as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked a little bit about
Yeah.
those around you.
Yeah.
For the leader, I would say affirm your calling.
Yeah.
And be sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it in an organization that you support, and do it in a way that is aligned with your personal values, and you'll probably have a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's good. And maybe even go back, a couple things you could do. You might even go back and listen to a couple of days ago. We talked about if you're feeling ineffective at work, you might go back and listen to that episode. But I would also say take 10 minutes maybe today and take out a legal pad and write down how would I define fulfillment in our workplace? What would it need to be true for it to be fulfilling for me? And what would it need to be true for it to be fulfilling for the people around me? And if you can identify that, I believe it'll be a lot more fun for you and all the people that you lead. So let's keep working on this. It's weekend now. We'll go have some fun.
Let me say one
got
last
another
word
thought?
about the importance of that assignment. And this is something you guys have probably heard me say before. I think I say it a lot. A problem well defined is half solved. Now, I would attribute that to some famous dead person, but if you Google it, many, many people claim to have said that. So now I'm claiming it.
That's good.
A problem well defined is half solved. You make that list, and you're halfway there.
You're on your way,
to start making those things true.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, go have some fun this weekend, Mark. I hope you'll have a good time. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
And for all the dads out there listening, I hope you have a great weekend as well. We love you guys. Remember, the best leaders lead every day.